Hey Scott, welcome to the 2019 OEC golf event. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing. We'll let that play on through, put you back in your dress position, and we'll go ahead and take a look at a few things for you. So while we got you here in your dress position, setup looks good. Your spine is nice and straight and on a tilt. Legs come down into a nicely unlocked position. Arms hanging down nice and naturally out in front of you, and the golf club works out to the ball. So really nice posture there, also in association with good balance. Let's take a look at your alignment. We can see your feet running in this direction here. Carry that out towards the intended target. Now your club face theoretically is supposed to run parallel to your feet. Parallel lines on camera would have an appearance of converging. And with that scenario, we can see that you're set up right down the center of the fairway. So that's also fantastic. Let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison between you and Jordan Spieth. So obviously we can see very similar setups. We've got some color-coded lines on the screen here just to utilize as a reference point pertaining to swing plane. We can see that with Jordan Spieth, as he initiates his takeaway, he creates good strong shoulder rotation, bringing the arms and hands back as well as the club. And we can see the club coming back directly along the red line, which means the club's coming back on proper plane. Through here, he's going to start to establish good wrist hinge into play, transitioning the club head from below to above his hands. Then we're going to work the club up to yellow or blue, with the left arm of the club situating itself on the yellow line or on the blue line or somewhere within that blue-yellow V zone. In Jordan's case, we can see the left arm of the club situated on the blue line. He has a slightly steeper swing, but anything slightly down a little lower towards yellow is fine as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your backswing here. Good shoulder rotation, drawing your hands and arms back. Do have a tendency of drawing the club a little bit underneath the swing plane. Just means the club is moved to the left of the red line. At this point in time, we like to see some wrist hinge occur so the club starts to recover back into position, which we do. Great wrist hinge through there. And as we get this to the top of the backswing, what we can see is you have really good shoulder rotation, stable right side. Your arm geometry is in excellent position relative to your core. You maintain a nice triangular position in your arms. It's just that they set too shallow where your left arm's sort of running across your sternum or your chest there. And what we can also see is that the club shaft is in excellent position relative to your arms as well. So everything looks really, really good. We just like to maybe see that left arm up a little higher, a little closer to the yellow line. You're just setting yourself in a little bit of a shallow position. And if you make a good move into the ball, you're going to attack the ball slightly from underneath its swing plane. As we go ahead and take a look at the left side of the screen, we can see that we want to create our transition back in the ball by taking our weight from our right foot, driving it to the left, firing the knees and the hips to the target, unwinding the core and firing the hands, and doing so bringing the golf club from blue back down onto yellow, and then from yellow back down onto red. And that's exactly what we see here with Jordan Spieth. The golf club is returning back to plane. The other thing we want to observe at this stage of the golf swing is the relationship between the lead forearm and the golf club. We refer to this as the backwards check mark. It simply means the club head right now is remaining above and behind his hands coming into the hitting zone, and this is what's going to allow him to create a lot of power in the golf swing, let alone the ability to hit the ball straight due to the fact that the club has returned back to plane. With you as you create your transition back in the ball already in a shallow position, excellent movement with your feet, knees, and hips, dropping your hands and arms, and we can see at this point of the golf swing right here that you definitely have your backwards check mark, so the relationship between the lead forearm and the golf club. Club head is still above and behind the hand, so creating power in your golf swing is not going to be an issue. And as anticipated, the club has fallen underneath the plane, so you're going to be attacking the ball a little bit too far from the inside. So therefore we have to make sure we definitely square the club face up and perhaps even over release it and impart some right to left spin on the ball. As Jordan comes into the golf shot, we can see that his club simply tracks into the golf ball directly from the red line. So ultimately what's going to happen is he's going to hit a very straight golf shot in accordance to his alignment, assuming that the club face squares up via having a good grip. So three most important things we need to be consistent and hit straight golf balls are: we have to aim well. Feet have to run parallel to our target line. Club has to return down on plane, and we have to square the face up via having a good grip. If we continue to track your club coming into the ball, we can see that basically the club would have been tracking in as such. if we sort of just connect the dots here. So again, you are just slightly underneath your swing plane at this point in time. We can see that both of you are inside the ball to strike it. Jordan expands out, makes contact, club moves through in a nice natural subtle arc, and obviously he's going to hit a very straight golf shot because one, he's aimed well, he's come down on plane, and the club face is squared up. It always has the appearance for a right-handed golfer that the ball has started a little bit right of the intended target. Let's go ahead and just bring him back to address here. And again, if we take a look at his feet, feet are running in this direction, parallel lines, appearance of converging. So he's set up to hit the golf ball here. We notice through impact here, the ball looks like it's headed a little bit to the right, but it really hasn't. It's just a camera refraction. What's happening is when the ball leaves, it's leaving on a launch angle, and the yellow line that's drawn on the ground. So the reality is that ball's taking off a lot straighter than it appears just due to that refraction angle. Okay. With you as you come into the ball, you really shut down the club face as anticipated, or I said that's what you're going to have to do, because basically when you attack the ball a little too far from the inside and you're aimed well, then your miss is going to be a block out to the right if you don't square that face up. You definitely shut that face down. You do not lose the ball to the right. That ball is heading towards your intended target and probably has a little bit of right to left spin on it as well. And as you move through, you've got excellent athletic ability through to the finish, and great footwork allowing you to get through your golf swing. Overall, golf swing looks really good, very athletic. You know, your hands, let me just get this moving in fast motion. You know, your hands work great. They come back, they fire through. You've got good coil, uncoil. You drive yourself to a good finish because you have pretty decent footwork through to the finish. And you know what, you're aiming well. You have a good downswing plane that approaches the ball just slightly underneath the plane. Not something that's really going to hurt you. The only way it's going to hurt you is if you don't square the face up. And at that point in time, it may require a little bit of compensation on your part with your hands and making sure through impact that you definitely release the hands and the forearms to square that club face up so you don't block the ball. When you do over-release it, you're probably going to find that you draw the ball a little too much. Okay? Anyways, hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoy getting an opportunity to see your swing on video again. And hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. And hope you get some more golf in through the fall here. Take care.